I'm Mark Weiss. Welcome to Wisdom Applied.
As you may know, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, imposes a mandatory requirement on physician groups that you have a compliance program. Now, note that I didn't say compliance plan because we're not talking about a requirement that a group have a plan that goes into a nice 3-ring binder that you stick on a shelf. What we're talking about is a living, breathing compliance program that is revisited on a regular basis. Now, most medical groups will simply view their compliance efforts as completely divorced from their operational efforts. In other words, what they'll do is they'll, in essence, erect a wall in between their compliance efforts and their operational efforts, and they're going to track each independently. So, they have their compliance efforts and they've got their operational efforts. But the better performing groups, those that I call strategic groups, will take a very different approach, an approach I call operational compliance. And let me explain that to you. This is a program in which compliance efforts are intertwined with the group's operations in order to address both the need to maintain an ongoing compliance program, that's the risk management side, as well as to wring efficiency and profitability out of the group's operations. So looking at this another way, compliance work is a cost. Traditional compliance work is a cost. There's nothing wrong with that cost because its aim is to manage risk. That's something that means that cost is in essence well spent. But in operational compliance, a significant portion of the funds is an investment in identifying potential areas of profit. So what we'd have is something like this, where we've got areas here and here, which could be, for example, discovering inefficiencies in the billing and collection process itself, or activities that improve the teamwork of the group that are a byproduct of the compliance efforts. The fact is that you have to have a compliance program. And so the question for you to think about is, do you simply want to deal with compliance as a cost, or do you want to deal with it a different way? Do you want to use it to wring profit out of the same system and investment? An upside as opposed to simply managing risk. That's operational compliance. For complimentary resources, including articles and our monthly newsletter, The Advisory E-Alert, visit advisorylawgroup.com.